Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. It's Expanse Day, short and or sweet. Friends, we are watching The Expanse, Season 2, Episode 3, Static. That's it. If you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, and you too will be alerted anytime we go live on YouTube with The Expanse or Star Trek or any of our sci-fi offerings. And of course, if you'd like those early or in their full-length format, I'm several episodes ahead of The Expanse. The link to our Patreon is in the description. Not a fan of Patreon? YouTube memberships. You get The Expanse episodes 24 hours early, at least, and the bonus episodes like the case files and things like that. But friends, all that is then. This is now. And now, without further ado, it is The Expanse, Season 2, Episode 3, Static. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And away we go. Hey everybody, just wanted to pop in from a future episode and let you know that if this episode, episode 3, gets 450 likes in the first 48 hours, that we will have episode 4 next Tuesday and episode 5 next Thursday. And in addition, if you're interested in our case studies, they are live over on YouTube memberships right now. Friends, I love you all. Back to The Expanse. We're back in space. The Expanse. Oh, I didn't. Is this the UN retaliation on the moon? Yep.
17 people in the station were killed instantly. The massive explosions shattered the moon.
Wow.
I always knew Earth would strike first. Right, Earther?
What do you call me?
Oh, you heard me.
Not today!
Yeah, come on.
Hear me, soldier? I will not have you disrespecting a fellow Martian. He's got as much dust in his blood as the rest of us. Suit up. We need to train. War is coming.
Gunny, I think you are right.
Mars still hasn't issued an official statement.
That should concern everyone.
What we should be doing is trying to get out of this mess while we still can.
They don't want to get out.
We have enough ships to shoot theirs down. We could knock Mars out of our sky for good, if it comes to that.
Did you know that Martian Marines always train at 1G Earth gravity?
That's amazing.
Sooner or later, they will invade.
Mars is an island. If we cripple their navy now, they can't touch us.
That's what you think.
This could be our last chance to win, Christian.
There's no winning.
It's like you always said. Earth must come first.
What, dude? This guy, and you know what? I don't believe this nationality loyalty horse shit, because he's working with Mao, on the proto-molecule thing that Dresden was killed for. I mean, come on now, everybody. All of a sudden, he's this Earther through and through. No, they need a fucking distraction, and that's all that this is. And Christian sussed it out, but she can't do anything about it because she'll be killed. Admiral Souther was the only person that had even, he had a more than a hint of nobility, and, he had the spine to stand up to all these people. He's gone. And I'm assuming that other admiral is going to take over the fleet designation, and he was hell-bent on war. Come on now. But see, this is the greatest thing about this show. There's so much more going on. The universe lives, it breathes, and if you let it, it'll swallow your soul. Oh, the Rossi was absolutely Swiss cheesed. Alex, you did a hell of a job, dude. She'll be all right.
Amos, how's it look?
Outer doors and blast shields are shot to shit. I can't get a seal.
Gonna take more than a couple of band-aids to get the Rossi back on her feet again, you know.
The Rossi's the least of our goddamn problems now.
What's more than that?
Diogo! Get these men to holding. Under guard.
I like how Diogo's all of a sudden like a person of import.
You shouldn't even be on this station!
Hey, it's something you need to get off your chest there?
Damn right!
Stop it!
Why are they so mad at him? I mean, I know he killed Dresden, but...
Dozens of ships leave here every day. Pick one, and I'll get you on it. It's time for you
gun back?
It's a no. It's all right, Miller. You're better on your own, bud. Oh, here comes Amos. Oh, this will be good.
Captain had us clean out your quarters. Naomi dropped a few cancer med charges in there for you. Hey, you want to snort? Free booze, free booze. Good Tina.
Nice. These two.
Here's how.
Well, here's to whatever.
So I'm dipped in shit right now. Oh no. This shit is permanent. Captain doesn't want you around anymore.
Captain. Amos is bought in.
We don't want you around either.
Oof.
For what it's worth, I get it. He killed your girl and you shot him. No. Just a guy who needed to go down. The captain always gets a little jumpy when you kill people without talking it over first. Would have asked for permission, too. Well, here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
You and me, we're a lot alike.
Oh my God, I love this.
The captain, well, he's as close to righteous as it gets out here.
Our paladin.
So when he says you're out, that's just how it is. Because the way I figure, he's probably right.
And that's that.
You keep picking fights with the wrong people.
Amos with the wisdom. Surprised he didn't take that with him. Oh, Miller, what are you gonna do, bud? I mean, I understand it, I get it, I just don't understand it fully.
And since Fred's picking up the tab until the roast is livable, I figured we'd order a lot of room service.
I'm still not used to this. Not that I don't like it, I love it, I'm just not used to it yet.
People died. We nearly died. Miller just...
He got you out of Eris alive.
He shot an unarmed man right in the head.
An unarmed mass murderer.
Yeah. Naomi, that's it. Put everything into context.
He had Dresden. He was gonna talk. We could have used him.
We could have what? Worked out a deal? With a man who casually murdered countless Belters.
Exactly.
And that is why Miller shot him.
He didn't have the right to make that decision.
But you do.
You were going to associate with him, Holden?
What I have to do now is clean up his mess.
I see both sides. I mean, yes, obviously murder of the innocent isn't great, but I get it. Here comes Diogo.
Guys, I'm a little busy here.
I'm a little busy.
A guy who used to be a cop.
You're more than that, Miller. Come on.
Where's the house? Ooh, you electric. I like you.
You wouldn't know what to do.
You're gonna need that zap for your heart after Diogo.
You're gonna need that for your heart.
Come. You stay with me. Yeah. You want a bus now?
No.
You have nothing else, man. Come this way. This way. God, she got torn up.
That one just missed puncturing your reactor, see? You guys would have melted instantly.
Jesus Christ.
It didn't.
If that had gone through to the inner hull, your goal would have snapped in two. Most ships would have been blown to scrap after that kind of beating.
Yeah, well, not the Rossi.
That's fucking right, man.
You're a Martian, right? You still got people there?
I don't know.
Listen, let's not discredit what Alex did. That was some of the greatest flying I've ever seen.
They think I'm dead.
Oh.
Died a hero.
Oh, Alex.
So is the Rossi gonna be okay or what?
Don't worry. We're gonna treat her like one of our own.
I like her.
He was in the data center, so we're going to interrogate him first. He has to know more about the protomolecule than anyone else.
Yeah.
The last 2 years are completely blank for everyone. But before that, they all work for the same company, Protogen.
Let me guess. Mao owns it.
Get in there.
Whoa.
Against the wall.
What do you see, Amos?
This should be an interesting conversation.
Friends, this show.
I see the way y'all look at me. Huh? Like I don't belong here.
No one's questioning your patriotism.
Simmer down there, cowpoke.
You know something? I earned my iron, Hilly. Your family just bought your way into the Corps.
That's enough.
I like that.
God damn it. Have a seat.
God, Amos is a big motherfucker, man.
Member of a team studying arrows.
I'm a specialist. Nanoinformatics.
Nanoinformatics?
We want to know about the proto-molecule.
Then you should talk to Dr. Dresden.
He's dead.
His inside thoughts are now on the outside.
You can work with us.
Are you taking up the project?
We need you to make a vaccine.
Why would I want to do that?
Because you want to live?
It's especially admirable for you after the loss of your mother.
What is this shit, Holden?
Imagine what it must have been like watching your mother die. Type C Huntington's disease is just so ungodly cruel. Is that why you went to work for Protogen? To find a cure? To keep others from going through what she went through?
This is how a paladin gets information.
Even when the drool was hanging from her lip for hours on end until it crusted to her chin, or she fell off the toilet while taking a piss.
Love this guy's delivery.
So, not a bad way to die, actually.
This guy's delivery is fantastic.
It's different on Eros. There's real pain and death. You're free now.
Amos already saw what this guy's about.
Dresden is gone. You don't have to answer to him anymore.
If he were here, I'd thank him.
Uh-oh.
He made me what I am today.
What's that? Amos saw something in him when he attacked, and that's concerning. I don't know if it was a proficiency or in like a strength type of thing.
Now run the sim from the beginning. Right.
What are you trying to figure out? Just the
3G burn. Target PDCs. Fire. Go back 1 minute.
He's trying to see just how close they came to death, how lucky they were.
We should hydrate with some beers.
I like her. Oh, God. Welcome to the frat, Miller.
This is the new banger, fresh out of the arrows.
The last one out of arrows.
You killed that guy. What you fighting for?
Revenge. Justice.
Cut off one head. Plenty more where he came from.
Hail Hydra.
Rule the whole system.
System rules you, kid. Always has.
Always will.
You know, in those innards, they figure out what's on arrows. They kill every last one of us to get it.
Us?
Belters.
Us.
Those belters.
Will Lala.
Beltaloda.
Always was. He just forgot. Oh, we got a brand new Miller coming up. Oh, great transition there. So is he seeing Julie now?
Target PDCs and fire.
Ah, this is a cool montage. He's compelled to do some type of... Naomi knows how to live. You got to appreciate it.
Well, he wasn't born this way. He was altered. Probably transcranial magnetic hyperstimulation. Part of his temporal lobe has been effectively erased.
Which part?
The part that governs empathy.
You can do that with a magnet?
I've only read about the procedure. It's not that simple, but it's not complicated either.
Is his condition reversible?
I'm afraid not.
How do you reach a guy like that?
Why, Amos, why are you so interested in that?
I'm well aware of Private Travis's background and the shit that he gets for being born on Earth. If he'd been willing to talk, you'd be thrown in the brig right now, but he wasn't. That's how Martian he is.
Huh.
Current appearances to the contrary, he is one of the toughest dusters I've served with.
She was diffusing a situation.
We're not going to Earth. We've been ordered to Ganymede Station to secure the food supply.
Farm patrol. We're Marines.
And we serve where we are ordered to serve. Now, you and your team will carry out your orders with pride and dedication, befitting soldiers of the Martian Republic. Are we clear, Gunny?
Yes, sir.
Dismissed.
That was bordering on insubordination there, depending upon how strict the Martian military is. I think he gave her quite a bit of latitude there.
Is this what I hope it is?
I love this guy.
Donald Fred Johnson? Yes.
Give it to me, please.
Unreal.
All you need to tell me is that it can't be traced and that the message will get to him.
Christian, I hate to say this. If anybody hears this call, they're going to know it's you immediately. You got the greatest voice ever.
But you hit send, and it's treason.
If I do nothing, millions could die.
Christian, oh, you're playing such a dangerous game.
Oh, I'm sure they'll hang us separately. You'll get a better view.
There are people in my government who are willing to take us to the brink of annihilation for reasons that I still cannot fathom.
They will kill you for this, Christian.
I need evidence. Anything I can use to turn the guns of Earth and Mars away from each other before it's too late. If you have any cards left in your hand, the time to play them is now.
God, that is...
I never thought I'd see the day.
You got to take this seriously, Fred.
This is for real?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I got something she can use.
What do you got, Fred?
If they learn that you're helping her, the OPA will put a hit out on you.
How would they learn that?
Well, then I guess it's gonna have to be our little secret then.
Right. God, he's got a good voice, too. Did Amos have something like this done to him? The lack of empathy?
I was on Eros. I saw Julie Mel. Have a seat.
God, he is so threatening.
In the hotel room where we found her, it was a wreck. But it wasn't strategic violence, not like you cracking that guy's head because you messed with your stuff. That was a problem and you found a solution. No. In that hotel room, there was madness. And it stank of sick death. See, you and I were both from the slums, so I know you know the smell that I'm talking about. And there was a puddle, blue-brown slime in the center of the bed, and it smeared down.
Oh, Julie.
And there she was, naked as Eve. Dead.
Beautiful.
You got him.
Beautifully dead.
You got him.
Not dead. Becoming. The barnacles? An expression of pattern matching systems. Lattices that mimic beta sheets and expand on them. A seed crystal that requires and provides a massive amount of energy.
That's why she smashed the lights and the screens. She was trying to take away his power source.
So it couldn't feed.
What was it doing? Wait. Don't go. Please!
Nice job.
What was it doing?
Becoming. Is this like a chrysalis type of stuff? Oh, he looks great.
You seem a little anxious.
The LDS?
Have you ever talked to a pedophile? We try to ask them stuff, and they're not gonna just talk about raping little kids, but if you show them pictures of kids, then they'll go on and on and on. I had a private chat with Cortazar, and Eros is his pedophilia.
You were talking about stopping it, taking it away. That's why he wouldn't help you.
That's Phoebe Station. I was there. That's the Martian science team.
What happened to them?
Clearly, we used them to observe the progress of the infection in a human host.
On a smaller scale.
We watched it work. The protomolecule is the first evidence of a tree of life apart from our own.
You're experimenting.
What did it do? Killed everyone aboard. Obviously. But then what? And be specific, please.
Tell him about the reactor.
Yeah.
The protomolecule was frozen around the reactor core.
I was starving.
Yeah, I needed food.
Gone.
Started moving.
Immediately.
Still going strong on Eros.
Let him see.
A whole station, 100,000 people.
100,000 opportunities. We can only learn by letting it learn.
Wow, is that dangerous?
I'd need my data. And everything coming off Eros. That's the only way I can tell you more.
Okay.
10 levels of environmental engineering, crew quarters, schools, wastewater treatment, machine shops, forges. And at the center, a piece of Earth curved back on itself. Our Eden.
The Navu's playing a huge role in this.
Looks like a big, huge metal rock tunnel to me.
It's absolutely amazing.
And after the initial acceleration, the body will begin to spin. All this will be farmland.
Amazing.
This is our temple. You're welcome here. We can offer you salvation.
Boy, it sounds like just what I need.
It's one of the data streams that Dresden was collecting. It's coming directly from Eros.
I've heard that streaky shit in bars. I thought it was just bad music.
It's new. Give it to me.
Are they communicating? What is going on?
The universe just kissed me on the cheek.
Are those people talking?
Yeah.
No. Counting down.
Oh, dear God. You're giving this fucking thing exactly what it wants.
Building something.
To get off Eros.
Building what?
We're going to find out.
Listen, I understand that you're, rock hard over this stuff, guy, but, Wow, the tension is at an all-time high here.
What the fuck is this?
Christian. Oh, the stealth ship. Yeah, he's got all the information from Lopez. Oh, the Rossi's airtight again. Thank God.
God damn it!
He's still going at it. He just...
All right.
He's understanding it's luck. It was luck that they survived.
There's no point. Point is, next time I'm going to save them all.
Oh, no, Alex, you can't think like that, bud. You cannot think like that. Absolutes will never work. Not in this world. Oh, my God. No, buddy.
Need us to be okay.
We're fine.
There's something happening on Eros.
Jesus.
Eros isn't over yet. I don't think we can save it. But I do know we need to do something. And I know I can't do it without you.
Holden, you're super convincing, buddy. I love your nobility, you Captain America son of a bitch.
We'll do it together.
Best liar on the boat. Always remember, never forget. I love their suits. All right. Now that we had that dust up, let's get down to brass tacks, Martians. Oh.
I take it this means you know where you want to go?
Eros.
What?
What?
Something real bad is going on down there.
Yeah, we know.
And you know we have to destroy it.
I think you're right.
I know that you know that Dresden was gonna get away with it. And I didn't kill him because he's crazy. I killed him because he was making sense.
Any idea how we can take out a whole asteroid?
Another asteroid?
With that,
you're gonna use the fucking Navu? No way, don't end this. Motherfucker, man. That was quick. That was only 39 minutes. I knew that was quicker than what it should have been. Friends, we just got done watching The Expanse, Season 2, Episode 3, Static. And the only thing we have left to do is to talk about it. All right, my friends, just got done watching The Expanse, Season 2, Episode 3, Static. Woo! We got a lot on this one. I just wanted to let you all know that in an effort to not be taken so unaware, I actually did a timestamp at the beginning of this one when I looked down to see what time it was. And I thought, I've got like 40 some minutes, so I should be good. And I checked in about 10 minutes before the episode ended. I thought, cool, I've got like, 15, 20 minutes-esque, right around there. And of course, this one ends like 8 minutes later. So I'm damned if I do, and I'm damned if I do. Last time stamp. If it hits me, it hits me, and I'm going to be, a victim of these cliffhangers. So be it. This show, amazing stuff. What a lore dump. This episode. Let's just go through. The easiest thing to do here is, and I'm going to save a lot of these bits for. I'm going to do a case study or a case file. I think after this episode, I think I'm gonna bring it all up. And so you all told me that episodes 4 and 5 of season 2 are like the end of book 1. So what I want to do is I kind of wanted to do a case study, maybe a smaller or shorter one to bring everything up to speed so I can make predictions and be, proven wrong for episodes 4 and 5, the culmination, I guess, of this first arc. Unreal stuff. I mean, a huge, huge blast of information. Everybody's in a dangerous state right now. Obviously, Eros is at the point of everything. But I think that what we have to talk about story-wise is this, is that everybody has plans spinning that all circulate around Eros and all circulate around either preventing or promoting the war between Earth and Mars. But the number one story point for us, the audience of The Expanse, has to be the idea that this proto-molecule, that line that was given, they're not dead, they're becoming. And so, that always pinged in the back of my mind that, are the people truly dead that get absorbed into this thing? Obviously it looks like their physical bodies are destroyed. If you look at the absorption we saw at the top of the series when Julie came in and saw that form being drug into the reactor with the proto molecule, now that we know, the blue around it, obviously that destroys the physical or your husk, your housing. But does that really kill the person? Now we're starting to get the idea, or at least, there's speculation or at least evidence that there is still at least some type of evolution. And if Dresden is to be believed, and there's no reason really not to believe him at this point, during that final kind of exchange of his life before he went down, he said that, they had to see if there was a way to use this to make humans, be able to walk outside and vacuum, to, enhance certain evolutionary traits to make us better, in lower grav and higher grav and all that stuff. So if it possesses the ability, at least Dresden believed, it possessed the ability to act as some type of catalyst to remap genetics or promote evolutionary growth or something like that, it's obvious that it can do something with matter, to at least he believes it to be able to do so. So that leads to the question of this: they're feeding it biomass, so they just need living tissue, apparently. They didn't have enough of it on Phoebe, and Eros, with its 100,000 chances, not 100,000 people, 100,000, experiments, observations. Julie's body was shattered. We saw it again in this episode. That's metabolic secretions, that blue-brown that was given, that he was, exchanging and sharing. Amos was, but. It just looked like, she had crystals coming out of her eye. She had crystals coming out of her mouth. She had those barnacle things all over her. But again, is that part of the absorption? And then now Miller's seeing her. And I'm wondering, Miller and Holden were both exposed to the blue to the point where, they were in the room where it was irradiated. And I'm not sure that they're infected with it, but they were around it a lot, I don't know if that has any type of a residual, almost like a contact high type of stuff, where maybe as these, I'm spinning here, but the shouts that they heard, not the shouts, but that almost a crosstalk, that conversation that was going on, it's a chime, it's a countdown, it's a whatever. Okay, so those are voices of presumably the former inhabitants of Eros. Is Julie in there somewhere? And if Julie's in there somewhere, is she able to communicate with Miller? Is Miller somehow touching this network of stuff, and maybe he thinks he's seeing her, but maybe he's really seeing her. Maybe this is really her kind of breaking through the barrier between wherever she is and Miller in presumably, the real world or the real perception of the world. We're getting real metaphysical now, everybody, because now we're going to deal with a different plane of existence, if that's the case. I'm not even going to speculate on anything like that. We've just been given a ton of information that leads to the numerous possibilities from this point. This is spider webbing out at an exponential rate. Miller, I'm not really sure. Miller's on a path of destruction now. And again, I understand that Miller has gotten himself really involved. Like this is his oath. This is, we always talk about Holden being the paladin, but it's like Miller like swore to himself, it seems like he made kind of like a life-defining choice to uphold and either find Julie Mao, and then when she was dead, to save her, or not necessarily save her, but be the hand of justice or vengeance for her. So if that's the case, how far is he going to take this? I mean, Dresden in the head was one thing. Now he wants to destroy everything on Eros. So it's like, is he wants to just eradicate anything that led to Julie's death? Like he wants to just the complete and utter retribution for her death. I understand it. I understand if that's the motivation. I'm not necessarily sure I get how Miller is so invested. I think we need more from Thomas Jane on that side. We need scenes of him like kind of explaining, maybe inner monologue, or he's drinking, or like why he really is this invested. Because as it's been explained from a lot of you, and from we even got some backstory with Octavia and things like that. Octavia, I'm still watching you. I know I'm paranoid. But what we got from him was like Miller was, and what we got from like Dawes, you're the station joke. So, and he was corrupt. Havelock made mention of him getting, his paydays and everything from the filter guy. So it's not like he was on this nobility or this like, Batman, Dark Knight detective type of arc before the Julie case. So, there's got to be something that really pinged for him, whether that be some type of connection or remembering, or kind of like, Julie reminds him of somebody. Maybe Julie reminds him of his first love, or, somebody he lost, or, something like that might ping as to why he is so invested in the kind of resolution of this entire story. Because he's a fanatic now. I mean, we're going to destroy the LDS's Nauvoo, what an amazing design for a ship. That is otherworldly, with the interior gravity spin. Reminds me of the Citadel in Mass Effect. I mean, just incredibly cool shit. Oh, okay. So again, my guy Amos comes through by understanding who he was dealing with. I still think there was more to that. Amos recognized something from that violent outburst that he was, it's in all likelihood, it was just his way to get into the crack, to exploit this guy's kind of lust for knowledge or protection, lack of empathy, and then he kind of preyed upon his like duty, or his obsession, his passion. It was a great job. I don't know if there's any more to it though. Like I speculated that Amos might have had something similar done to him with these magnets, taking away your the empathy section of your brain, but who knows? Amos has something going on. I'm not ready to say that he's been like modified or altered. Amos is just fantastic. The conversation between he and Miller was also fantastic. It was exactly what I thought it would be. No profound moments, but at the same time, it was that continuation of game recognizing game, but also very matter of factly, dude, you're out. Peace. And he just walked off. Really great stuff. I'm very concerned about Alex, because you can't, in the situations that they're in this world that is incredibly deadly. It is death around every corner. Alex is now worried about saving everyone. And that is not going to go well, because if you place that type of weight on you, especially when he's in a position where he can assume that weight, he's the pilot, he's the one that dictates the course of the Rossi and where she goes and how she performs. So if they lose anybody in a similar kind of campaign or mission going forward, he, because of his position, he can think, oh, I should have done this or I should have done that. It's never going to work. It's never, ever going to work, because they lose a crew member, Shed's already dead. There's a million. I mean, Amos could have died in the last one. Naomi said, that one of those blasts almost took her out. I mean, hell, they were, according to the second in command of Fred, they were 1 inch or 2 inches away from this thing cracking the Rossi in half. And now he's practicing and training to make sure that he's perfect. And there's no such thing. You can be perfect, Alex. You can make every right decision, and you can pilot the Rossi in the exact formation and attitude, angle that it should be in this conflict. And something completely out of your control, an errant asteroid or a piece of rock or a misspun signal that interferes with something, on the Rossi from outside of the Rossi. You cannot prevent the universe from, doing its Darwin shit. It's going to make sure that you can't be perfect. And if you're not perfect, then I'm afraid that Alex is going to take every one of these losses, whether it be of life or whether like mission failure, he's going to start piling them up, And now we find out that everybody thinks he died on the Doniger and that he's, basically allowed that to continue as a little bite-sized bit of, what his kind of personal relationship is. So much going on with Alex that it's headed down a bad path in this world, Holden continues to be the paladin of the group. I love the fact that Amos is calling him captain now. It's like he's earned his respect, which is it's a formidable thing, I believe. Naomi continues to be a fantastic character for me because my paranoia, I question everything she says. I question everything she says with intent, Are we okay? Absolutely. I don't know. Are we? Because Lopez, for his short time on this show, provided us with one of the greatest bits of information we've had so far. Naomi, by far, is the best liar among the crew of the Rossi. One of the best liars, like, period. So we got to take Lopez at his word. And remember that every time Naomi opens her mouth, that we might be dealing with not a manipulative for manipulation's sake, but somebody whose words are never 100% what they seem. And if you're that good of a liar, that's how you live and conduct yourself. You don't paint yourself into a corner with the truth. She's always going to have flavored elements that she can alter in the future of a story, so there's not going to be any hard, fast details or commitments whenever she's talking with Holden. Are we okay? Absolutely. Okay, but what does that mean? What does okay mean? It's again, these are all kind of shades of gray with Naomi, and I love it, and it's impossible not to view her as somebody who's suspect in their language because of the warning of Lopez. I believe that Protogen, the company they were working for, I'm sure that that's going to be linked to Juliet's dad. It will be linked to Mao at some point. The only real way to get this to work is if all of these things can be traced back to Mao and then Aaron Wright. If they can, show their kind of involvement in this from the very beginning, especially with this kind of like seeding a war, like plant seeding a war, then Christian might be able to do something. So on Christian's side of everything, she's really dependent upon Fred being able to provide that smoking gun. And obviously the information that I'm assuming he either partially or fully sent to her via that kind of closed communique was the information that he received from Lopez, where they took the drive signatures and idents from all the stealth ships. If they're able to put those into play with that kind of close proximity, detail and authentication with the Martians, especially because it's on a Martian, assuming, kind of formatted card, that you're thinking that the Martians might believe it too. If you can present this to both like the Secretary General and then some of the peripheral people in the UN to get them thinking, but also provide it almost real time, same time to the Martian government, they might be able to look at this and say like, okay, we're being manipulated. The Martians actually seem to be more military focused, meaning it looks like they're at least their leadership or their council or their ruling body or whoever's in charge of it seems to be able to get their information and orders through much faster than the UN, which seems to do a lot of debating, a lot of stagnation. We've got a lot of ships, but they suck compared to the Martians. There's a definite difference to how things are conducted, ruled, and performed in the two planets. And I think that it's going to be an easier debate or an easier argument for the Martians to believe that this is some type of construct for a false war, that it's going to be to fight through the corrupted leadership on Earth. So again, Christian knows best, but again, she's in every bit as deadly a situation as anybody that's out in the ships, or out in space. She is in a highly charged moment where I can't imagine that they let her live much longer if she's going to continue to talk against them or work behind their backs, which I'm sure they know about. In fact, I'm not even sure that spy that's working for her is working for her, if that makes any sense. And I think it's Kotyar or something like that. Anyway, my friends, if you followed me or stuck with me this long, please do me a favor and hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. You'll be alerted next time we go live here on YouTube with any of our Expanse or sci-fi related material. And of course, if you want those early or in their full-length format, link to the Patreons in the description. YouTube memberships here will also get you the Expanse episodes at least 24 hours early, plus the aforementioned case files that I said at the top of the thoughts section. I will be working on one of these right after I get done this one and kind of bringing my theories up to speed for what will be the final 2 episodes, 4 and 5 of this, what you all have told me is the first book arc. So I want to make sure I push all my chips in, make all my claims that I'm going to make, and then be proven horrifically wrong by their revelations in 4 and 5 if they are revealed. But we'll see, my friends. We'll see. I think it's time for us to say goodbye from the Expanse. So where should we say goodbye from? I mean, I think it's only fitting that as Amos walks off, having said goodbye to Miller, we sit down with the old boy, have a drink as he decides exactly where, when, and who he is going to work towards getting revenge for Julie. My friends, until next time, Vulcan roll, and I'll see you.